Hi everyone, Happy New Year. So this video was supposed to go out a week ago. 2019 had a different start for me. I ended up we're preparing to pack to move in June. Oh, I can't wait. But that means a lot of packing, cleaning, sorting, all this stuff. We've been doing that for a week straight. Putting stuff in storage has kind of left me unable to work on too much else, but 2019 has still been a productive start of the year for me. And so I want to talk about 2019 and the 3 C's. I'm going to put it there, the title. I'm going to put it right there. What are the 3 C's, you ask? Nice question. The 3 C's are comics, conventions, and commissions. I'm really hoping I'm able to do all that because I'm a noob believe it or not, I'm a noob when it comes to video editing. So let's talk about comics. I hope everyone's 2019. I hope everyone's holiday went great. I hope you got to see the families that you missed. I hope you got the good vibes that you were hoping for. I hope you got the gifts I hope you were able to give the gifts that you wanted to give others. Because sometimes getting gifts feels great, but giving the gifts and seeing the faces of those people, that means a lot. I didn't really trick my husband, but I kind of was like, he was really like not sure if I was telling the truth if I got him the 3 books, the Greek graphic novels he wanted, Monstrous, Saga, and Sandman. And I was like, don't get it. And we went to Barnes & Noble's out in Rockville, and I picked it up, and I got my daughter's book. And he was like, you really came out here for 1 book. And so I knew he was wavering on his, like, do I believe her? Do I not believe her? He'll probably tell you he didn't believe me, but I got the books, and he was happy to see them because I hid them under the tree. The kids loved their presents. And all over my family, we did Secret Santa with my 7 siblings. Well, 6, but I'm the 7th one. And that's still being shuffled out. Someone's getting tossed their present here, being given their present there. But the fun part is giving the gift and knowing that they like it, or just seeing that they weren't expecting it. So I hope that you got a lot of surprise faces, a lot of happy hugs. I hope you got some chill moments. Very important. Now that the holidays are over, it's time to get to work. And 2019 is going to be about work, work, work. The 3 C's. So let's talk about comics, like I said. I have some awesome news for y'all. There is going to be several comics debuted this year. We're going to debut The Last Gadget, which I've been working on for a long time with my husband, writer husband Anderson. I have something to talk about that in a second. I have a series of children's books that I'm working on. I don't have a title for one of them, but I posted character designs on my Instagram about them. Character concepts. The idea of this community that just lost the passing of their matriarch. Literally, imagine a tight-knit community where everybody knows everybody. We've all lived here for several years. Some of us have come and gone, but there's still you've been here for 15 years. As a child, you grew up here for 10, 9, 8, how many years? And you have friends. You all go to the same school together. I grew up in a community like that in Texas where I lived there. Even though I moved there my 2nd grade year, I was there until I was 15. And I knew everyone that lived around me. I knew their moms, their grandmas. My best friend's grandma was my grandma because I didn't have a grandma. I had a grandfather, but I didn't have a grandma, so she treated me like a grandma. It's much along that vibe. And unfortunately, she was really old and she passed away. And she was a root worker. That's a term used for people who practice hoodoo. And for me, spirituality is very heavy for me. I don't see it as just lore. I think that it's rooted, all of different religions and spiritualisms are rooted in truth. And then it's up to the practitioner on how they want to discover that truth. So I devoted myself to learning more about the different roots that are here in America, the different roots that came with us. And so I take this book as the ability to explore hoodooism and what it means to the African American community. And then I want to tie it into this children's book, teaching children how to well, it's not so much as teaching because it's up to the child if they want to be taught, to be honest. But it's exploring the idea, exploring the concept of dealing with death and how it may seem final, but it, as a child, I asked my 5-year-old son, do you know what, because we had recently family members that passed last year, a couple of close ones. And so I asked him, do you know what it means when someone passes away? And his response was, that means they stay in the hospital for a long time, right? And I expect that response from him. He's 5. But I asked my older ones, and they kind of knew, but they didn't know how to explain it to them, to me. They didn't understand that. And as a parent, I looked up online, but I didn't fully know how to, from my heart, explain to them what it means when someone passes away. My mother passed away when I was 15. I understood at that age the concept of death. But at 9 or 10, I have my siblings, like I said, I have 6 siblings. They were all various different ages, and I saw within them what I see within my children when it comes to the passing of someone that you know, not fully understanding what that means at that age. So I don't want to make them sad. I just want them to help understand more. But my way of doing it is with drawings and illustrations and a fantasy concept. So I really hope that that doesn't take away the real importance of understanding death, even in a community, but what it means to live on remembering those people. And I'm hoping to put my own twist on it, because I want to make a lot of children's books. I mean, to be honest, when I go to the library, I go to the children's section, and I use my kids as an excuse, yes, but I go right towards that, like, what is that age range? It's like 9 to 12, 9 to 13, like the preteen. Oh my God, the tweens. Yes, I go to the tween section. I grab a graphic novel. My stack of books is gone because we're moving, so I'm like sorting through stuff of, oh, what sketchbooks do I want to keep? I have like a billion sketchbooks. But over in that corner, I have children's books, and even though my children read them, I read them too. I have Captain Underpants over there. I have Percy Jackson, because that's pretty awesome. I love books. I love all types of books. I love ideas, no matter the age range. And so it seems important for me to also create those type of things too, because it's a passion of mine. I do love them. I love the YA, young adults, tween, children's books. I do want to do a series of children's books. They're all going to be comic format though. Maybe the younger ones might be more picture booky. I have a series I'm working on. I don't know if she wants it revealed yet, but I also want to highlight, like, my stories will always be inclusive. They will always be representative of different races, different people. That's why the book with the hoodoo practitioner who passed, it will be about a black mixed community, because I grew up and I'm growing up. My children grew up in a black mixed community, so I want that to still be key here. And for anything else moving forward, as far as comics, it has to be me. I mean, it has to be a part of me, no matter who I'm working with. So, children's books, I guess it should be like the fourth C secretly, but I mean, it's under the comic branch, so whatever. Children's books, The Last Cadet. We have the excerpt done. Now I'm tackling book 1. 5 chapters. The scripts just got finished. My husband is amazingly proficient. When I could kick him in the direction, no, just like, no. He's amazingly proficient, and I'm proud of him for he's already done 4 books of Andre's Week. And if anybody's seen that on my Instagram, I posted the prologue comics. I think I could call it this Calm Before the Summer Storm, because the story takes place in the final years right before they graduate from high school. So it's before summer is the stories take place, when they're still in school. I'm still be working on that. The prologue comic, Andre's Week prologue comic, that's another one. I want to finish that. I did a Halloween one. I apologize for anyone who was waiting for it. I think I talked about how it kicked my butt. But now I'm ready to do more, tackle it, get back to band part 2, the shopping with Rita part 2. I'm ready to start getting those comics done, because right? So, Andre's Week, The Last Cadet. I think those are my 2 main comics I'm working on this year, because if I try to give myself too many comics, I will explode. But the children's books is a part of the comics. So in the sense of like, I will be creating and writing books, stories. So yeah, those are the comics. I will always be working on the other worlds that I've created, whether it's Starstruck, Dare to Hunt, Midnight Story. I will always be working on crafting her world, but I have to wait. I feel like it's very important to pick the plant, pick the fruit when it's ripe, you know. And so it's not a low hanging fruit yet. It's lowering. It's turning the color I want it to turn, but spritz it a little bit more with some water and give it some time, you know. So comics done. Let's actually talk about conventions. Oh, I missed MagFest. I've always wanted to go to MagFest. I'm a major gamer. I live and breathe video games. Even if I can't, I will try to get in some video game time. Is my DS on my desk? No, because it's probably in my purse. Because guess where I don't go? I go everywhere with my DS. I don't go anywhere without it. Love my games. Pokemon fan, always. Fire Emblem. Harvest Moon, even. I love me some Harvest Moon. Final Fantasy, what I got in there? 4, 5, one of those two. They came out for the DS. It's probably 6, actually, because I think I have it for the 3DS. But, I'm a huge gamer. And MagFest is like my calling. Every year it comes past. And I've never attended MagFest. It's a bummer. I've known about it for as long as I know Katsucon. I discovered Katsucon 2008, 9, maybe. I've been to Katsucon like 2 or 3 times. And it's not because I don't have an interest in going. I love conventions. And I love being a goer as much as a vendor. Last year was my first year being a vendor a lot. But it doesn't mean I don't want to go as a con goer and enjoy the scene, be with people. It's like, you know how I was telling my husband last night. You know, people were really into the club scene and going out to the clubs, and there still are. But for me, I did the club scene a little bit. Like I went to goth clubs like Middnite and Spellbound, awesome places. And I found the people that I liked there. But when I went to a regular club, I didn't really feel like I should come back. But the convention scene mixed everything I loved, everything that's me, into one spot. And yeah, I know there's con drama, and in any place where there's people, there's drama, but I've always wanted to just be more involved in the con scene. So, like, you know, the party, and then the anime, and the gaming, and then the socializing with people who are just like me. I miss that. I want that. MagFest had some amazing people attend. I will always, even if I can't be there, wreck the system, killed it. I am so happy that I have so many amazing friends that post their videos. I went to their performance at BlurredCon, and as always, my socks just explode. I even got a shirt from them. They threw into the crowd, and I was like, yee! It was Gotta Wreck 'em All Pokemon shirt, and I just said I love Pokemon, so yeah, it was so amazing. I will always, like, if I can, I will always try to support them. I will always try to do what's best I can, even if I can't attend. So wreck the system. Yo, they are life. 100%. Osiris Green, Lady J, Cam Trilogy, or Cam 3. I think he goes by Cam Trilogy. Either way, pretty badass. Twill. Yo, I love them. I hope I'm not missing someone. I think it's 4. I think it was 5. Anyways, yeah. So, you know, check them out. But them being there, and people that I see on social media that I've interacted with, that I enjoy talking to, they went and they brought back all these amazing pictures and videos, and I'm like, yes, please, I'm sitting at the desk working. Give me the stuff that I missed. But I don't want to miss too many conventions this year. I have planned a convention list with Artway Alliance. I'm hoping that do more cons this year. Not too many more. Probably the same amount as last year. I think 8, maybe 10 throughout the entire year. Because I also want to focus on comics. But the convention scene is something that I'm very much interested in. You will see me at BlurredCon. I will, if I have to crawl there, I will be at BlurredCon. That's life. Like, that's my place. That's me. I have to be there. I'm hoping to attend Awesome Con. If anything, I might just try to drop in. I don't know, because some conventions don't do the one-day thing. But I would like to go to Katsu. Looking at All-Star Con, that was really fun. I really want to be back there. That was pretty great. I don't know about Otakon. I might. I mean, that's a big con. I won't let myself be scared or intimidated though. But that's a big con. There's also conventions. I have, like, my goal of 2019 is to attend 2 conventions out of state. Whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's New York, whether it's Georgia. Maybe it's Texas. I don't know. Maybe it's just, well, Virginia doesn't count. I feel like Virginia, Maryland, those are like, that doesn't really count as out of state to me. Like, I can go across the street and be in DC and then go a little further. I'm in Virginia. That doesn't count. But I mean, like, a little bit further out. I'm looking for conventions where the blurred scene is not that represented. And, one of the conventions I went to, and I'm sorry, I forgot the name of it. I was told that I was an oasis. I had several black patrons come to me, and one of them was like, I didn't even really want to be here. My boyfriend's into that stuff, this stuff, but she felt compelled to buy something from me because I was the only one there. And, you know, it's a small convention. I think it was, it's coming up. It was Southern Maryland Comic Con. And I was with Art Way Alliance, and it was awesome because I had a lot of, like, black families. These 2 young girls come. They kept coming in and out, like, literally 4 or 5 times. I'm not even lying. 4 or 5 times they came back and bought something each time. They got their mom and their aunt. They came back with a friend. They got 2 things each. And we just talked, and it was great because they also reaffirmed that I'm having black girl magic, having Afro-Latina girl magic in a place where, even if we were in Bowie, it was a rarity for them. And so I felt I felt I was going to cry. I cried. But I also felt really uplifted to know, like, I felt great knowing that I could provide this to them, and they didn't expect to see me here, but I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to represent y'all. You know, even if you don't see him, her, him doing it, here's a cute, here's a cute black girl, Sailor Moon. You know, if Sailor Moon's not your thing, I have these other things. You know, I want that. And I'm really happy that I could provide that for them. And I've realized now that needs to be my goal. 2019 is to find the spots where black girl magic hasn't permeated yet and put it there. Be that island there. So whether it's going out of state to New York and going to this convention where I'm in a sea of not black people, not Hispanics, not the Afro community, to step out of the Afro community, to provide for the Afro community, and then step out and represent the African American community in places where we aren't properly represented, where black girls aren't represented, where Afro-Latino women are still exotic. You know, like, normalize this. I want to normalize it. I want you to know that it's still magic. You know, it's still amazing. Even if I'm trying to provide more of it, it's still amazing. You can still, you know, I don't know. That's what I want to do on the con scene. I want to go to cons, but I want to go to cons where they haven't been touched by the black girl magic yet, and I want to bring some magic to them. And so the last ones are commissions. To my commissioners, my clients, thanks for your patience. You guys are awesome. I have a holiday sale. I'll put the picture here, hopefully, of my sale that's lasting until probably January 17th, I believe. With that holiday sale, it's flat colors, and I want to say that it's been the most successful sale ever. I was so hyped. I've had way more people commission me than I ever thought possible. It's a dream come true. It's a dream constantly coming true every time when someone contacts me and they really want to buy my art. Like, they are compelled enough to come to me for that purchase because they love my style. They love my art. You know, it's not also, I want to represent, but I also want myself to be represented, I guess. And so people buy my art for personalized commissions. It means a lot to me that they trust me enough and they love my style enough to make whatever their idea or vision is come to life. That means so much to me because that's all I've ever wanted to do. I want to bring my dreams to life. I've worked my entire life drawing for my sister, my brother, my other sister, for my friends, and that extends to everybody. If I can draw for you, the thing that's very important is that I also have things I want to draw for myself, and so commissions are a way for me to make up the time that I'm losing drawing for myself with money. I shouldn't have to explain that, but you know, I appreciate everyone who's commissioned me. And for anybody who wants to commission me, I have this sale going on in January 17th. Commissions will go back to regular prices. And the sale was for a holiday. I just call it holiday sale because holidays, money is tight. That's why I couldn't go to MagFest. And probably why I couldn't go to a lot of fest cons in the beginning of the month to begin with. Because Christmas is a killer. And even if we tried to make Christmas not as killer this year, and even if we tried to make Christmas not that much of a killer this year, it ended up still being like who hovering on the edge of the green light, like green, red, yellow, green, yellow. We're yellow. So, I mean, 4 kids will do that too. But 4 beautiful, glorious, wonderful, angelic children. The mother in me is compelled to say. But as far as commissions go, I still will be doing commissions. Along with con work, I will be introducing conventions during cons. I want to try to do more of that. I'm not sure if I want to do the traditional route. But I might I don't know. I'll see how I can do that with digital traditional. Because I'm working on my traditional to get back to where it was. On par with my digital. But I need to find the right paper. And Ticonderoga pencils are awesome. But I need something a little less smudge. When you're left-handed and you're drawing on your picture and then your palm just goes shh, and just like so yeah, those are the 3 C's. Those are my big goals this year, is to produce those comics, debut them, to work more on my commissions, get my sales out there, I'll have more sales through the years. I might do a spring sale, summer sale, fall, winter. It might technically, I'll depend on how I work it out. It might be like a Valentine's Day sale. Maybe it's like 1 day, but it can last a week. I don't know. Think about that. But commissions and conventions, the out-of-state conventions are going to be the harder ones. But I don't believe that something is hard. I believe that something is just more of a challenge. I mean, that might be the same thing, but like, it's not impossible. It's just challenging, and I love challenges. Like 100%, I love challenges. The gamer in me will rise to the challenge. The everything in me, to be honest, it will rise to the challenge. And so, with that wrapped up, 2019, I have. I'll probably post it later this week. I made a mind map of everything I'll be working on. Black Girl Magic will be coming back. I will be making all new t-shirt designs, stickers, buttons. I want to start making buttons. I will be opening up a merch store sometime soon, where you can purchase those things. Bookmarks. I love books. Why wouldn't I make bookmarks? Maybe book covers? I don't know. Probably just bookmarks, because I don't like to cover the book too much. But yeah, I have a lot of things on my mind map that I can go over with y'all. Probably in another video I'll have it up, and then I'll just show you everything I'm working on, because it's pretty extensive. It's pretty extensive. I have a book I'm working on. This is the secret part, guys, so welcome to the secret bonus. I'm working on a book. It's a how to draw book. It's a how to draw diversity with style book. Me and my husband looked up on the internet, and we looked back and forth, and we found 2 possible pings for how to draw books that teach people how to draw, not just different races, not just different races, but like in style. We came up with, one of them was about black superheroes, and one of them was how to draw black people. But as important that is, it was more of like a beginning tutorial thing. Not saying that's not what I want to do. I love that those two are out there and they exist. They really help, and I want to see if I can connect with those two. But ultimately, I want to be able to. Ultimately, I wanted to create my own How to Draw Diversity book based on. There's a baby present. Based on my panel I did at BlurredCon. I did a How to Draw Diversity panel at BlurredCon last year. And I was hella nervous, scared, because it's like, this is something really near and dear to me, but will it be good? Can I teach people how to draw? And I feel like I had pretty good response. To me, I felt like I had an amazing response. But I feel like I had a really good response. You know, it was our way lines. And people were able to write down how their experience was to rate the panel. And they didn't have to be nice. So somebody gave me a 4-star, and I'm like, thank you for keeping it real, homie. I got rid of the baby. Thanks for keeping it real for that 4-star. But someone had even, like, people had wrote, like, the little notes, like, I never. Someone had even said, they didn't fully understand, like, they liked the way that I broke it down and how I helped them understand how simple it was to do, to add these features, add these lines. And I'll be touching on how to, like, properly do, like, noses, lips, different eyebrow shapes, hairline, hair texture, body types. Because, I mean, I don't draw in an anime style, but I was influenced by anime and different comics or whatnot. A lot of indie comics do go about that, but no one really sits there and teaches you how to draw these different, these diverse body types, these diverse people with style, with a cartoon flair, or with an anime flair if you want it, or whatever style that you want. I want to break it down. I want to break it down and show you how to do it. Because I'm learning too, and I feel like that knowledge should be passed on. I think it's very important that it be easily accessible. And hey, if no one else is doing it, well, if only 2 other people are doing it, then I'll add to it. Shoot, I'll be right there with y'all, learning and teaching and guiding and figuring out how we can bring more diverse characters to the anime world. I mean, we've seen so many shows included. We've seen She-Ra with Bo. I love Bo. He's a sweetheart. We've seen it with Voltron, with Lance. It took me a long time to realize that Lance was Cuban. Actually, in fact, it took me him saying that his family, he's like a boy from Cuba, for me to realize, like, oh, Lance is Cuban. I thought he was just like a little dark, like a little tan. Hunk is Pacific Islander, possibly Hawaiian, maybe. Not sure. I enjoy those characters. Allura is a dark-skinned Altean, beautiful. You see the silver hair a lot when it comes to dark-skinned people, but I mean, that's fine. It's not a horrible thing. There's worse stereotypes, and it's definitely going to go into how to avoid some of those stereotypes. Not just in drawing, but in writing. Because, of course, my husband is going to be writing it with me. In fact, he's going to be mostly writing it, and I'm going to just, you can't just write and toss it out of him. Big, fix it, please, and draw. There's people I want to bring in. There's artists I want to, because I don't want to just be focused on me. It's other diverse artists. I have other friends. I have other people who I want to help uplift other younger creators or creators who don't fully understand how to bring this about in their world without sounding or without demeaning Black people, Hispanic people. You know, there are harsh stereotypes that aren't racist, but they're not kind in the way that they describe it or the way that they draw it. And sometimes some people don't mean it. I know a Black creator that doesn't use the right terminologies when it comes to describing their characters. They're not racist, but that's all they've heard or known, you know? Like, that's how they've heard it explained to them. That's how the media presents it. And I guess they don't have too many, like, of the Black experience around them to realize how harmful their words kind of are. So when I explain it and I'm like, hey, just to let you know that this is a little like, this is not the right way to write it. They'll apologize and say sorry, but I don't think they fully understand why. This book isn't going to explain why, but the book is going to give insight into what diversity means to me, to my husband, and to these other creators that are going to be a part of the book. So I'm mega excited. Super mega excited. Like, I can't even explain how excited I am. With that, How to Draw Diversity book will be the main focus of 2019. It will be I don't call it my masterpiece, but it will be my 2019 masterpiece. Like, everything I will have learned in the past several years of me being alive, all my life experiences, everything I've done will be in this book. And then it'll be on the shelf for 2019. Yeah, well, I mean, not on the bookshelves. Maybe, hopefully. Hey, you know what, though? We're going to be working on our hardest to bring that to life. The last little bonus content is we have a podcast. It's called Artist, Wife, Writer, Husband, starring me, Anna Richardson, and I'm going to put a little picture here of it, Andy Rich, a.k.a. Neph, Media Neph. Also guest starring most of the time, our director friend, MDC, Artist MDC. You might have seen his juicy content. But he's also a cinematographer. He's a director. He's a director, he's a producer, he's a creator, he's an artist, he's everything. And a very close friend of ours for the past like 10, 11 years. And we've been through ups and downs with him in the sense of like we've seen his highs, we've seen his lows, but he's stuck with creating just like we have. So he's on the show with us. We call him a guest star, but he's like perma guest, you know. So where we talk about nerd culture, basically movies, games, comics, anime. Most of the time, it's kind of movies and comics a little bit, not too much now, because I'm there to even it out with anime and games, you know. But we talk about a lot of fun stuff, and we talk about our creative process, how we get over certain hurdles, and you know what we try to do as creators that blend our life, our personal like social life with creative life, because sometimes those two can slap each other in the face a lot, you know, or sometimes they just turn away on the bed, like they don't want to talk to each other. So yeah, it's really fun. We have a channel up. I will put a link somewhere because that's important. So I'll put a link to Artist MPC, Wreck the System, to Andy Rich. Let me know. What are you the most excited about? 2019 is our year, y'all. The bonds are broken. We can diversify. I mean, we're going to diversify whether the bonds are broken or not. But, you know, like, we broke the bonds ourselves. We're gonna break it. We're going to break it. We're going to break 2019. 2018 tried to break us. Now we're going to break 2019. Am I right? So, comics commissions, conventions, how to draw, podcast, maybe a Let's Play channel somewhere in my hand. Let's Play. Kids love life, joy, living. It's awesome. Let's get this year. Let's get it. 2019, y'all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming all the way to the end with me. It really means a lot to me. Like, everybody out there, I'm gonna cry. So let's not go down the emotional route. Let's just say thanks. And Happy New Year's, y'all. Let's make this the best year, or let's just make it a good year, or you know what? Let's make it our year. Peace.
It's a video.
You